Hey guys, so this week I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to talk a little bit about my dog and running with a German Shorthaired Pointer. So this is River. He's a 6-year-old German Shorthaired Pointer. Had him since he was a puppy. If you've watched any of my videos, you've seen him running with me. And he is trained to run off leash. He's an amazingly smart dog. We do a lot of running together. This week he's probably got 60 kilometers of running already on him. Today's Friday, so we got a couple more runs left this week. So I just love the breed, and I wanted to sort of give a bit of a highlight on River this week and talk to you a little bit about the breed if you're looking for a dog to run with, or if you're just interested in the GSPs. They're an amazing dog. So one of the reasons I ended up getting a GSP and River here was when I was starting to do some research looking for a dog that I could run with. This was a breed that sort of stood out. There's a few dogs like a Vizsla, Rhodesian Ridgebacks, and the GSPs are often ones you'll find kind of at the top of the list for marathoners, ultramarathoners, trail runners, because they're so easy to train, because they're super smart, they love to work, and they're very durable. So the GSPs can go for hours. They can spend an entire day out running with you. They do really well. River gets up every morning. We run at 6:30 in the morning. He's ready to go every morning when it's time to run, time to work. He really loves to work. And the nice thing too is he's super well balanced. So when they're not working, when they're not doing something, super easy going, super chill, love to be around the family, good protective dogs, but like well balanced. They also call the GSPs Velcro dogs because they always want to be touching you. They always want to be around you. They always want to be involved in what you're doing. And I love that about him too because he is such a good social dog. When we started training him when he was a pup, we ended up getting a service vest for him so we could take him out to like different environments so that he was really busy and so he could sort of be involved and we could train with him. But then when people would come up to him, they know that he wouldn't be able to touch them. So what that resulted in is now that when we start to go running or we go out, he's not distracted by other things. He's just focused on me. He's focused on what he's doing. He's not really looking to go see what's going on or other places. He's definitely sociable, but he's not distracted by other dogs, rabbits, squirrels. When we go out there, I put him in a heel and run with him. He stays with me the entire time. So some of the main commands that we've used and sort of been really important in sort of being a great running partner has been some of the basics, like a heel. He can heel really well. He can also do if I tell him to be right here, he'll come in a little closer. If we're getting in somewhere where I want him to really tight, maybe it's the trail or something like that, or traffic or something like that, he knows how to do that. Sit and stay and a long hold is something that he's had to learn as well, so that I can put him in a sit. I can go over, press the crosswalk button, or I can walk away from him. I can go the length of a soccer field if I had to with him, and he won't move. And that's something that's been really important as well, so that he can stay, so that we do get into traffic. I run a lot in the city, and so I want to make sure that if we're in a traffic situation, if I put him in a sit, he's not going to go, or if a kid comes by on a bike, he's not going to run after this kid. And so he's really good at that. The other things that we'll do is if we're running across the town or somewhere where he can get into a park or an off-leash area, I'll let him go. I'll let him sort of go and sniff around and play around a little bit. He loves to sort of be set free. The command that he has is free. So we'll be running, he'll be in a heel, I'll say free. He'll be able to go out and explore. When I want him back in the heel, I'll call him back, and then we can carry on when we do that. So those are some of the main commands. We also have worked with hand commands. So if there's times when he can't hear me, he can do all those commands by hand signals as well. So that's been something that we've been working on since he's a pup. You're free. So we're just out on our run today. River's got 50 kilometers so far this week. During the week, I typically run with him about 10K a day. He can go up to 20-25 kilometers quite easily. After that, sometimes he gets a little sore, so I kind of keep my long runs on the weekend to myself, and I'm often running somewhere where he probably can't come anyway. But during the week, he's running 10K every day. Sometimes we're doing daily doubles, so I'll run 20K some days, split up. So his favorite part is when we get to parks. Come on, bud. When I was training him, like when he was a puppy, I didn't start running him until he was 2, but I trained him for the first couple of years. Whenever I went working on sort of like all the commands and stuff like that, was
I had a service vest on him so that when we were out in public, people wouldn't come up to him and distract him. But I took him in a real high, busy situations. Did a lot of training in the Home Depot parking lot, making him sit, stay, follow, heel, all that kind of stuff. Walking through crowds, and it was it works so well because now that he's older, when we're out and about, he's not distracted by anything else. So I think sometimes when we think about socializing our dogs, that when you take them out into public, you should let everybody pet them and like, can I pet you? Like, which is fine, but when they're puppies and you're training that, you're teaching them that everybody else is more interesting than you. And so I didn't want to have that. I wanted him to be really focused on me. And so now that he's older, when we're out and about, like, he's not really interested in other dogs. He's not really interested in people. He's super friendly and social, but he's always paying attention. So that was something that I thought was really helpful. Such a good partner to run with because they're so durable, so smart, and just love to work. You put the collar on him and tell him it's time to go and he's ready. So we're gonna finish up this 10K this morning, and then he's gonna have a couple days off over the weekend. Sit.
He started running with me when he was 2 years old. I wanted to make sure that all of his joints and tendons were all formed before we started to train and run with him. So when he was a puppy, we really worked on those commands, and then when we started running, we slowly built up the mileage. So on an average week, he'll run probably anywhere from 60 to 70 kilometers with me. I tend not to take him on my super long runs, but he will come out 5 to 6 days a week with me on my daily runs. So such a good running partner, aren't you? Anyways, well, that's what he's up to, and we just want to show you some of the things that he does when he's out on the road.